everyone, welcome back to my channel, or if you're new, welcome. My name is Faith. Thank you so much for being here. As you could probably tell by the title, today we are going to be recreating the classic Kylie Jenner soft glam makeup. I feel like she just really knows how to nail a kind of like natural soft glam look, and when I saw this photo on Instagram, I really wanted to recreate it. It's soft, it's muted, it's really gorgeous. So I'm gonna kind of teach you guys how to achieve this makeup look and see how close we can get. If as you watch you like what you see, I would love it if you would subscribe to my channel. All you have to do is hit the red subscribe button. It's totally free. And then if you want to be notified when I upload a video, just hit that notification bell. That will give you a little pop-up notification. Other than that, let's go ahead and get on into the tutorial. I'm going to start with skin. The nice thing about Kylie's eye look in this photo and a lot of what she does is it's not too smoky, so I don't think we're gonna have a lot of fallout. So I'm gonna start with skin, and the first thing I'm going to do is prime my face. I've been loving using this Laura Mercier foundation primer. It's the Radiance one. It's so nice. It's moisturizing. It gives your skin a beautiful glow, and Kylie definitely had a little bit of a glow going on. Okay, her skin of course was flawless, so I am going to use a full coverage foundation. I have been in love with this one from Lancome. This is their Teint Idole Ultra Wear. I'm not sure if I'm saying that right. I'm using the shade 310, I believe. I really like this. It is, ooh, it's gonna be a little light on me. I might have to, we'll make it work. We'll make it work. I'll have to use a good amount of bronzer. I really like it. It's a good amount of coverage. It doesn't crack, crease, and it works really nicely with this brush here, which is the Sigma Flat Kabuki, my favorite Kabuki brush. Yeah, I definitely am a lot more tan than this shade, so we're gonna have to bronze the skin a lot. That's okay though. I've been having such a hard time finding the right shade foundation. I guess I just didn't realize how tan I've actually gotten this summer. Does anyone else have those problems? I do. Next, I'm going to use some concealer. This is the Too Faced Born This Way Multi-Use Sculpting Concealer. It's been around for a couple months, but I just picked it up, so it's kind of new to me. I'm using the shade Vanilla. I hear this one is supposed to be a little less drying than the Tarte Shape Tape. That one does get a little dry on me as well, and I've heard that other people have had that. I love the Tarte Shape Tape, but I did just want to give this one a try and see if I like it. So I'm definitely going to put a lot on my under eyes and really highlight that area. I'm going to take it down the nose, the chin, and then I like to lift up the lip a little bit by doing this right here. And then I'll take it around the nose just to conceal any redness that we have. I'm gonna use my makeup sponge and just blend this all in. I think I really like this concealer. It definitely is a lot creamier. Sometimes the Tarte Shape Tape dries down in a certain area, and it seems to be giving me just as much coverage, so that's great. I do take it all the way on my lid so that we'll have a nice base for the eyeshadow. Even though we're not doing a lot of eyeshadow, it's still really important to do that step. I'm going to set my under eyes with the Laura Mercier Translucent Setting Powder. I'm using a different sponge that is dry. My other one was slightly damp. I am going to leave this under here and bake for a little bit too, just to add more brightness. I'll take whatever is left in the cap, which is not a ton, and just lightly dust this over the face. Her skin looked really nice and supple. It didn't look cakey, so I don't want to add too much powder. Sometimes when I talk, when I do this, powder gets stuck in my throat. Before I bronze and do blush and everything, I'm going to move you guys in and do my brows and my eyes while a little bit of this is still baking under the eyes. Okay, her brows were very sculpted and very perfect, so I'm going to try my best to do the same. I'm going to be using this new Brow Contour 4-in-1 pen from Benefit. I've used it a few times. It's a little bit difficult to work with because I'm not used to such a creamy brow pencil. The L'Oreal and Anastasia ones that I've used are not this creamy. Like, a lot comes off on this, so you do have to be careful. So I'm going to kind of go back and forth between this and my L'Oreal one, also because the L'Oreal one has a spoolie and this does not. I wish they would have somehow attached a spoolie on the end of this. Okay, so that's about as much as I'll do with the brown. I am going to go back to the highlighting shades in here, but for now I'm gonna switch to my L'Oreal Brow Stylist Definer and really sharpen these up, create some actual hair-like strokes, because with the Benefit one, you really can't create hair-like strokes. It's just too thick and creamy. I do have a full brow tutorial on my channel in case you want to hear me talk step by step on how I do this. I'm basically doing my own brow routine. I am taking the arch a little bit further out here because that's how hers are. Okay, so now both of my brows are done. I'm going to take the highlighter shade on this Benefit 4-in-1 brow pencil and just underline to carve out my brows. I really do like this part of this product. I find it really nice for cleaning up and carving out the underneath portion of the brow. Now I'm just going to add some brow gel. This is the Anastasia Beverly Hills Clear Brow Gel. And for eyeshadow, and actually part of the face as well, I'm going to use this palette from BH Cosmetics. This is the Desert Oasis palette. How pretty is this? I just got this. It's not super new. I think it came out in the summertime, but it's so pretty. I'm not really gonna get to play with it too much because this is a pretty neutral look, but I wanted to dip into it, and I think I might use it as part of our highlight because there are some like face highlights in here too. But to start with the eyes, I'm going to just take this shade right here, which is called Sand. It's a matte cream shade. I'm gonna put that all over my eye just to make sure that the concealer is set down. Make sure we have a nice clean base for any shadow that we're gonna put on, which is gonna be pretty minimal. It kind of just looks like she almost contoured the hollows of her eyes. Okay, I'm going to take a little bit of a smaller definer brush and go into this shade here, which is called Canyon. I think you could also use this as a bronzer. I'm just gonna put this right in the crease. You could really do this with any shade you want. You could even just do this with your bronzer. You don't have to have an eyeshadow to do this. She did take it like in here, all the way in. So almost connecting it into a nose contour. So that's a little bit different than just taking it in the crease. So I wanted to mention that as well. Like it definitely was contoured right in this area. Let me take a look here. I'm gonna just deepen it up slightly bit more with this bronzer shade, which is just a little bit darker. It seems like the darkest point on her was right in here. She does have a little bit of this just along the outer corner, so I'm gonna do that as well. It does seem to kind of extend out. She does have a little bit of a smoked out wing that we're gonna do, so I'm just making sure that my eyeshadow is following that same pattern. Okay, now onto that smoked out wing. How I am going to do this is just take a gel eyeliner with an eyeliner brush and sort of sketch out very thinly where we want that, and then I'm gonna take a larger eyeshadow brush and use an actual shadow to smoke it out. So to start, I'm gonna use the Sigma winged liner brush, and I am using the Sigma gel eyeliner. I am a Sigma affiliate. I do have a link or code or something down in the description box that I do make money from. I wanna make that clear and be transparent, but if you wanna save money on Sigma products, definitely feel free to use that code. I think it's just my name, Faith. So I'm gonna take this along the lash line here, sticking very close to the lash line. And I'm only slightly going to wing this out. I'm gonna do most of the wing with the shadow. Just like that, and it's gonna look messy. It's not gonna be perfect because we're gonna use the shadow to smoke it out. This will just help get us a nice base so that the shadow is nice and deep. So there we have some not pretty wings. We're just going to take some eyeshadow now on an eyeshadow brush like, let's see here, where's a good one? I like this one from Bdellium, and I'm gonna go into this shade in the palette right here. It's called Nightscape, and it's just a super dark brown, almost like a black brown. And then you basically just go over that line, smudge the liner and blend in that shadow. And then it's nice and smoky and sultry and really simple and easy. It's a little hard to tell, but I'm guessing she has a little bit of shadow on her lower lash line. Just going back into this shade right here with my fluffy brush. I'm just gonna drag a little bit here underneath. Next, I'm going to apply some mascara. I'm going to use the Glossier Lash Slick Mascara. It's really nice and like thin. It coats each lash so nicely without ever getting clumpy. So I'm gonna coat top and bottom, and then I am going to apply some falsies. It definitely looks like she either has falsies on or lash extensions. For lashes, I'm going to use the Ardell Double Up Demi Wispies. These kind of have a flare at the end, so it'll add to this cat eye look. Okay, both lashes are on. I am going to go back into the eyeshadow shade that we used on the lash line just to make sure that the lash band is really clean. Like there's a little bit in here in the inner corner I want to clean up. So just go back into that shade and go right along the lash band. Okay, now I'm going to zoom you back out and we're going to finish off the rest of the face. My face is ready for some bronzer, so I'm going to use the Laura Mercier, I think this is the Matte Radiance, yes, Matte Radiance Baked Bronzer Powder, and I'm going to go into, I'm going to use this brush here. It's my favorite bronzer brush. It's the 959 from Bdellium, and just go right in on the cheekbones. She doesn't really have a severe contour, just more like bronzed cheekbones. But hopefully that's enough to even out my face with my body. And take some under the chin here. And take a little bit down the nose. I'm gonna take some on the forehead. Oh, I need to wipe away that under eye setting powder. There's still a little bit under there. Okay, and next up is blush. It looks like she was wearing just like a nice peachy pink blush. So I'm gonna use the Milani Baked Powder Blush in Luminoso. I did notice that her blush started a little bit further back and was pretty defined in like this area. Normally I go blush crazy and put it all over my cheeks, but I'm gonna try and be a little bit more precise with where I place this. So it went right up here and then back into her bronzer. I like that technique. I think it really lifts the cheeks. I like placing it there. I think it adds more light to this section. Like sometimes I think I take my blush too far in. This like lifts everything back. Okay, next I'm going to apply some setting spray so that we can apply our highlight with a little more impact. I'm going to use the Gerard Cosmetics Slay All Day Setting Spray. I do always like to then take my sponge, I need to get this hair off my face, to take my sponge and just pat everything down. This really pats down peach fuzz, powders, everything like that. And then for highlight, I am going to try and use a highlight that's in this palette here. So I think first I'm gonna go with this one and see if it's bright enough. This is the shade Mirage. And I'm going to take a smaller brush like this, like not a big fan brush. I want this to be pretty precise. Ooh, yeah. Oh, that's perfect. And I'm sticking just to the tops of the cheekbones. Oh my gosh, that's so pretty. Oh my gosh, I'm in love with this. I think she had a little on her nose too. And I'm just gonna stick there. The rest of her face was pretty matte. Then last up is lips. Let me just take these clips out. And she had a totally like nude matte lip going on, and my favorite nude product that kind of looks like that shade is actually from NYX, and it's just a lip liner that I use kind of like a matte lipstick. This is the NYX Slim Lip Pencil in Natural. So first I will just overdraw my lips a little bit, of course, since her lips are pretty big, a lot bigger than mine, so I'm going to just overdraw slightly. I don't want it to be too noticeable. And then I am going to go in with a little bit of a lighter lipstick just in the center, because that's kind of what hers looks like. I also do have a full tutorial on how to overdraw your lips, so check that out as well if you want like an in-depth tutorial on this. So I am filling in with this, especially on the outer corners, and then like right in the center. Then I'm going to take a little bit of this lipstick. This is from L'Oreal. It's the Balmain Paris collection, and it's the shade Urban Safari. First of all, how pretty is that packaging? But this shade is a very pale nude. So I'm just gonna pat a little of this right in the center, because it did look like the center of her lips was a little bit lighter than the liner. And that is it, you guys. That is the finished look. What do you guys think? How was she posed? Do you think that I did a good job of recreating this? I mean, whether or not it's an exact replica, I do like the idea of it. I really like how this makeup turned out. It's like that perfect, soft glam, natural glam look. I think it's perfect for weddings, brides, bridesmaids, just different parties or things like that. So I hope you guys enjoyed this. Of course, all of the products that I used in this tutorial will be linked down below. For the bonus entry for the giveaway, if you're new here and don't know what I'm talking about, I will link that giveaway video down below as well, so that you can get up to speed on that. But for the bonus entry, comment down below which celebrity or person or something you'd like me to recreate next. So if I want to do another video of these, like which person would you like me to do a makeup tutorial off of next? I love you all so much, and I will see you in my next video. Bye!